What's up, my hidden tokens? So today we are talking about Marvel's first family, Fantastic Four First Steps. So I went to see a late version of the Fantastic Four. It was like the last showing of the whole day, and I seen it in IMAX. And let me tell you something. I'm not gonna say that you have to see this movie in IMAX. I don't believe so. I don't believe that's the case, but I would recommend watching this movie in IMAX. There are a lot of visuals in this movie that just felt amazing, and it was just like really great to see on such a big screen. I really enjoyed this movie. I went into this movie and I was just blown away by a lot of the things that was going on in this movie. Now, let me just say the first Fantastic Four movie we got in 2005 with Jessica Alba as the Invisible Woman and Chris Evans as the Human Torch, I really did like that movie. I'm not going to say I didn't. It really was a good movie to me. I enjoyed it. And then the one we got in 2015 wasn't all that great. I really can't remember much about that movie except that, Michael B. Jordan was playing the Human Torch. This Fantastic Four movie, however, that we got today, fast forward later, 2025, this movie I will say is the best Fantastic Four. It's the best iteration of the family of Fantastic Four up to date. The cast that we got and the dynamic between them, they really did play the part very well. They were very the scripts were very well written. The dialogue between the family was very good. The music score, the music scores, I mean everything. I love the all that stuff just fit great. I really enjoyed this movie. So this version of Fantastic Four takes place on Earth 828. Their technology is different, everything is a little bit different, but still human being civilization. They have a Manhattan. It's pretty much similar, it's just, different in other ways. Plot here is basically, as you all know in the trailers, Galactus, he is now about to destroy the Earth. He sends the Silver Surfer out there to warn them and let them get their affairs in order. And he's basically letting them know, hey, I'm coming and I'm coming to Earth. It's feeding time. It's time to feed. Having Galactus in this movie works, and thank thank lucky stars that we finally got a Galactus that actually looked like Galactus. And bravo to the effects team. Bravo to the effects team. Bravo to everybody who put together this character. That Galactus just looks great on screen. Now Galactus, of course, which was voiced by Ralph Ineson, man, when I heard him speak for the first time, I got chills. And let me tell you something, that's what gets me in movies. This is what happened to me in Transformers. I remember when I went to see the first Transformers movie and I heard Optimus speak for the first time, it made me sit up and go, wow. They got his voice down to a T. Perfect. Ralph Ineson, he just fits Galactus great. He sounds great. Everything was great. Galactus was definitely like terrifying to look at on the big screen. You felt the danger. You felt the threat of this ultimate galactic cosmic being, and there is a real threat to Earth's safety, and we got to do something to stop it. Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal, they were just great together. I mean, the chemistry together, it just felt right. It felt like it was just a great match. They really went well. And this was shot very well too. I mean, the camera lighting in this movie, everything in this movie just went so great together. I really felt like I was in a universe, in a different universe, in a different world, just watching these characters just be incredible and fantastic. The movie really says itself. It sells itself. I know a lot of people had an issue with Ben Grimm and how the CGI looked on him, but when you actually go to the movies and watch the movie, even him and Silver Surfer, when you actually watch the movie, it really was good. Like the CGI really was great. Like it was even one part in the movie. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there was like a part in the movie where you see Ben Grimm and he's talking to somebody, and as you're looking at them, you're like, they really look like it. Really looks like Ben Grimm is talking to this person. Like it looks real. Like it really did not look off at all. And the thing about this movie is that there really, like I said, it really isn't a lot of action. The most action scenes we got in this movie was towards the ending. Once Galactus shows up and now he's in their universe, now he's in their world. Once Galactus steps foot on land, that's when all hell breaks loose. And now they have to figure out, okay, what are we gonna do? Vanessa Kirby, man, she is. I didn't think that they could find an Invisible Woman that was better than Jessica Alba. When I really think about Jessica Alba as Invisible Woman, I wonder if I was captivated by her beauty and it outshined the acting. She was great as Invisible Woman. Don't get me wrong. I think she did a great job. Vanessa Kirby, I think Vanessa Kirby carried that weight of Jessica Alba. I think she carried the torch and she took the character and made it her own, and she really came into her all in as being the Invisible Woman. In this movie, the Invisible Woman is pregnant, she's giving birth, and she's introducing us to Franklin Richards. Franklin Richards is the baby now between the Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic. Galactus now basically is sensing that there is this ultimate cosmic being that could possibly put him to rest or be his successor, so to speak. So he's now, compromising with them and saying, hey, if you want me to leave your earth alone, give me the child, give up the baby. Obviously they're like, no, hell no, we're not giving you the baby. So then, that's when Galactus decides, all right, well, you ain't gonna give me the kid. All right, well, I'm gonna come and destroy your world. Now there's this big conflict, and it's like basically, all right, what are we gonna do? Because we're not gonna give Galactus our child. We're not gonna give up the people of this earth. We're not gonna do any of that. We're gonna defend the people of this earth. We're gonna make sure that we do everything the right way. Reed Richards is trying to come up with an idea how we're gonna stop Galactus without having to sacrifice our child. And I think the movie did very well. I think like everything in the movie just was like it made me a believer that this place was in danger, and that's what you want in these Marvel movies. You want a sense of there's real danger. Galactus gives you that. Galactus gives you the sense of this is some real stuff about to go down, and we have to figure this out, or else we are toast. And I love that. Like I love, Johnny was good in this movie. His relationship, him and Benjamin Grimm, the Thing, they had a great relationship in this movie. They were like really close friends in this movie. You could tell they shared like almost this brotherly bond. Like I'm watching them and I'm feeling like, oh man, these are like two brothers that are just like always, at each other. They always have these little smart remarks, these little, smart cues at each other. And it's good. Like it's good to see this. I mean, you could tell that Marvel really wanted this to feel like a family. It really wanted the audience to feel like this is a family, and we are going to protect each other, and we're going to protect this world no matter what we have to do and no matter how we got to do it. But we're not sacrificing our child. This is a Marvel movie that I feel like you should definitely go to see. You should, if you're, especially if you're like a part of the Marvel universe and you want to know what's going on in the Marvel universe right now, you should definitely go see this movie. It was a great movie. I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. I walked out of there like, man, that was a good movie, and I'm definitely gonna probably watch it again. To be honest with you, the way that you make a good movie, first of all, you have to have a good antagonist, and Galactus definitely gives you that. If you want a good movie, you have to have a good antagonist. Galactus is a great antagonist. I mean, there could be no better, right? If you want something to work, you have to have good writing. There has to be good writing. And, like I said, the conversations they're having, the way they talk to each other, the way they, you know, joke about each other, the way they make these little remarks about each other, things that they say, it just worked well in this whole relationship. Marvel doesn't really go into the whole origin about how the Fantastic Four came to be. They pretty much just throw you into the world. I guess this is just something we're doing nowadays. They throw you into this world. They want you to be, they want you to see that, hey, we're here already. We're a part of this world already. We've been doing this thing for a while. They give you like little flashbacks, and they let you see like things that happen, and little flashbacks. They have their own little TV shows, like little things going on that they talk about to show you like how this happened to them, and get you caught up to speed. Let you know, all right, the Fantastic Four, they flew up in space, this happened, and now they're these super human beings that are just protecting the world, and the world really loves them. I mean, they are like, they are very much, a part of this world. They see them as a family. The world actually feels like a family with the Fantastic Four. Like everybody just feels involved. Everybody is just, like a neighbor, like a friendly neighbor to these people. Like, hey, these are our guys. They protect us, so we rock with them. Like these are the people that we rock with. We love these guys. This Reed Richards, I really did like Pedro Pascal's version of Reed Richards. He's very smart, but he's also unsure of himself. He hates when he can't figure things out, and that's something that I feel like, they portrayed really well with his character. He's trying to figure out how can he protect his family, how can he protect his son, how can he protect his world without having to sacrifice somebody. Silver Surfer, aka Shala Ball, who was played by Julia Gardner, I think she did an amazing job. It's funny because, when I heard they were making a female Silver Surfer, I really wasn't too thrilled about it. I know they had their version of that in the comics, but it wasn't something I was excited to see. But, after I left the movie theaters and after I watched this movie, it made me almost forget that there was a male Silver Surfer. That's how good of a Silver Surfer I think she was. Like, she was a great Silver Surfer. She did a good job. I loved, her attitude. She's there as the herald for Galactus. She is the one who goes out there looking for these worlds for Galactus to now consume. And I think she did a great job. The CGI on her character, on the Silver Surfer, I think that was great. I don't see a problem with it. This was shot very well. They the camera lighting, the cinematography, the scores. Like I said, I love the music. I love that. I love their traditional Fantastic Four. I love all that. Like, all that was great. And I like the fact that this Fantastic Four movie wasn't about Doctor Doom, because the first two movies we got, the one in 2005 and the one in 2015, those were mainly the Doctor Doom Fantastic Fours. They Doctor Doom was who was a threat of this world. And this one, the threat of the world is Galactus, which I always felt like Galactus was the best antagonist for the Fantastic Four. That's what we want. That's who we want to see them go up against. And like I said, this was a great movie. I enjoy this movie a lot. I feel like they did a lot to really make this movie, you know, shine. It's gonna be crazy now because now we have to wait for Doomsday to come out before we see the Fantastic Four again. So it's gonna be a little wait, but I'm really excited for Doomsday. It got me more pumped for that. I'm not gonna spoil anything about the movie, but there is a post-credit scene that you guys probably should stay for. But we're Marvel fans, so we always stay for those. Great movie. Everything was beautifully done. They had a few other villains in there that the Fantastic Four went up against during the movie, during like the beginning of the movie. They don't show too much of the fight scenes for those, but basically you see who the villains are. You see that the Fantastic Four has been doing this a while. They've been fighting these villains, protecting this world. And it was just great to see, man. Like, I really love this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. Did you see Fantastic Four First Steps in theaters yet? Did you like it? How'd you feel about it? Let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe this video as it'll help my channel out a lot. And can't wait to see Doomsday. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped now, man. Like, and to all my hidden tokens, I really want to thank you guys for supporting. And once again, see you next time.